solemnness changing, like we could always carry that sacredness in our hearts and have it informing our actions. So thank you, Blackhawk. Thank you, Broken Horse. Thank you for being here with us today. The first action that I came to about this plant, I just showed up to the rally because I got an email. Some of you might be in that situation today. I wanted to spend some time driving somewhere with my partner at the time, now just a good friend of mine, Lizzie, and I got an email about the mass action in 2019, and we drove up here, and I realized that I didn't want to leave. But the action that sticks out in my head as solidifying my connection to this campaign was a train blockade that I took part in a few months later. Woo! It was early December. We've been out in some worse weather than this, but it was beautiful. The snow was fresh, the moon was out. It was cold as hell. Lizzie had to drive over to bring me warmer socks because I was not prepared for the weather, a thing that I had agreed to be. We'd rehearsed the maps and the action plan. We all had roles, but for many, many hours, all that we could do that day was just wait for the train to start to move again. And my role that night was scouting on the tracks, which was a yellow arrestability role. I was putting myself in some legal risk, but I was hoping to avoid facing that legal risk in real time. But despite that, the riskiest thing that I really did that day was being emotionally and physically vulnerable with a group of people that were still essentially strangers to me. I trusted them to feed me, to care for my health, to find me places to sleep, and to transport me home in time for work. And one of the people I met at that action has become one of my best friends. And I've formed the foundation for so many key relationships that continue to hold me in all the spheres of my life. And I experienced there sometimes I think of it as like a level up, like you might see in a video game. It was a new level of risk at an action, which didn't make me more afraid, but instead it made me braver.
Yes, yes.
And started me on the path to where I've been for the last few months, which has been helping to anchor the tactical planning team for this action.
Woo!
Something I really appreciate in No Coal, No Gas is that we talk a lot about, in explicit ways, about growing our relationship to risk. And by risk, we do not just mean level of legal risk or arrestability. It certainly means that. Nope.
You press the side button. No, grab the white thing.
Can you press the button for
I
me?
got you.
Let's scare them.
This is Olivia. I met her at the train blockade.
Yeah, no, it's right.
Bye.
As I was saying, we talk a lot about your relationship to risk. And that doesn't just mean arrest. Certainly it does mean that, but one of the other key things that it means is just stretching into tasks and into spaces that we've never done or where we've never gone before. That could be social media, or it could be logistics, or it could be holding down an emotional conversation that feels unfamiliar to you. It's really important to me that both of those things are represented as this can be uncomfortable. This could even, in some situations, have danger. But what we are doing is forming a community where that can be celebrated, can be held, and the harm can be, if it is necessary, that harm can be mitigated.
That's right. That's
Risk might mean the emotional risk of doing a behind-the-scenes task and sitting with the knowledge that your crucial work will not be what is noticed and celebrated by the broader public outside of the people that you organize with.
That's right.
And it might also feel risky when we open up to learning something new about systems of oppression. But when we build a culture where we support each other in taking risks,
Yes.
that helps us to take direct action.
That's right.
Which
That's
is
right.
strategic and important in things like achieving our goals to shut this plant down. And even better, taking direct action then helps us to continue to build that culture. Through this circle, we can become skilled, loving, and strategic activists
Yes.
who can and will intervene at the point of harm, disobeying unjust laws,
Yes.
or even disobeying the pressure of social norms.
That's right.
Takes,
That's right.
It takes
That's
both
right.
knowledge and practice.
Yes.
And those things happen in community. I am here and I stay here because I wanted to let this community and to let this work transform me. And it has. At camp this week, one of the questions that we talked about during a circle up leading up to this action was, what makes you brave? What makes you braver than you are right now?
Yes.
And I think that it is both a duty and a joy. In a world where some of us, frequently, those of us who bear the brunt of different systemic oppression overlaps, must be brave, at times with very little to draw on for support.
That's right.
I think it is both a joy and a duty to look inwards at our hearts, around at our community, and outwards at the earth and the world around us, and to find those things inside us that make us brave.
Woo!
Thank you.
Yay. Go on, everybody. You good? I can hold it.
Okay, I'll help. Okay, great. Testing 1, 2, 3. No.
You gotta hold it down.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Let's give it up for Isaac. Thank you, Isaac. We so appreciate you talking about community because that's something I'm going to be talking about in a little bit. So my name is Asma El-Huni, and I'm the Movement Politics Director for Rights and Democracy in New Hampshire. Let me pull up my notes. Okay, so the action here today makes me extremely happy and I am extremely grateful. Do you want to know why I'm grateful? I'm grateful because today I'm reminded that there are so many people who understand for us to live solution. It is not just about how close and how far you are from fossil fuels. It is also what makes up our physical environment, including policing,
That's right.
including public safety and health and education and clean water and air, etc., etc., etc. We heard from Black and brown organizers and indigenous organizers who are calling to defund police budgets and reallocate budgets towards things that promote genuine physical well-being, economic well-being, mental well-being, psychological well-being. We absolutely cannot call ourselves environmentalists if we are not police and prison abolitionists. It is not only logical to be police and prison abolitionists, it is ethical, it is moral,
Yeah.
it is our duty and obligation to be so. We are indoctrinated from a young age to believe that policing is what makes us safe. But the truth is, it's policing that is one of the harms that we are struggling with in our communities. Punitive systems are harm. I want to make it clear I'm not talking about individual police officers, because I know many of us know a police officer, or we may say, oh, I have a police officer friend. I might even have a police officer family member. We're not talking about individuals. We're talking about an institution that is violent, that is harmful, and we cannot erase the fact that if you are a police officer, you are participating in a harmful and dangerous and violent system. Even if you're entering policing for good reasons, you are still participating in a system that was created with the intention to center the wealthy over us. You are participating in a system that is fueled by punishing human bodies, and then it has to sustain itself. You are punishing, you are participating in a system that exploits labor. You are participating in a system that gives so much power behind a badge that you can choose either to let someone go or have someone in a cage one day. You are participating in a system that gives you so much power behind a badge that you can decide with someone's hand up, running away, whether they'll live or die. And who gets to decide to just run. That's the kind of system. We should not be supporting a system that gives so much power to an individual. We need to abolish this system. Never mind that a punitive system doesn't work. And to my siblings here, the punitive system has proven over and over again it doesn't work. Reforming a system, I know many, many well-intentioned people that are trying to reform the system. That is also a problem, and it has caused the system to expand and reach and then have to force to sustain itself. Reform does not work. Our communities need abolition. We need creative solutions. I'm not going to stand here and say, I know the solution to your community. I don't. But solutions look different for different people in different areas. The point is, what we have now does not work. Reformists, those with well intentions, what has caused to happen is that we are 5% of the world population. But we house, we shouldn't call it house, we cage 25% me to make the connection that policing that we see in our nation, the military equipment that they're putting to our protesters out on the street is the same equipment that they're sending to countries, right? And exploiting other countries for oil interests. It's the same equipment. That is an environmental issue. War is an environmental issue. When they send security forces to the border to cause harm for people fleeing, trying to seek asylum, by the way, many of which are climate refugees, that is environmental issue. And I will say, because our disability justice organizers tell us day in and day out, specifically a black organizer by the name of Deborah Uppermala, she keeps reminding us, do not forget the disability community. So today I'm here to say we are including you. There is no environmental justice without you. So my friends, environmental justice really matters. If it really matters to you, you should also be a police and prison abolitionist. We should be divesting from punitive systems, whether it's policing, whether it's the military, whether it's punitive systems in our schools, and we should be investing in transformative justice. We make us safe. And so I'll end with a chant, or maybe two chants. Community, not cages. Community, not cages. I can't hear you. Let them hear us. Community, not cages. Community, not cages. Community, not cages. Community, not cages. And the last one is love, not hate. 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 Thank you so much, beautiful fam. Hello.
Oops, excuse me, can you just move over to the right a little bit?
Hey.
It's in my group.
I'm so nervous, and I'm trying to tap into like domestic violence groups I've run as a therapist before. And sometimes we'll start a group with humming just to like ground us and regulate and just get, you know, everybody's voice kind of together and warmed up. Do you mind doing that with me? So maybe we can, and if not, it's okay, but I invite you all to take a deep breath in and hum. Oh, that was nice. Okay. I am not a public speaker by trade, that's for sure. But I guess I am right now. Yeah.
Great.
Go for it, Mary.
That's all we need.
So hello, my name is Mary Fight. I'm here today with my partner and my 3 children. This is our youngest child, Felix. He's 5 months old. And it's a really big moment for all of us. I'm so grateful for you guys to be here today. We live in Bow. We're about like 15 minutes from here on Abenaki land. We don't really visit this part of town often. We've been here a few times. The first time was with some of you before in September 2019. I don't really feel safe with my kids playing next to a coal plant and a coal slag dump. Makes me feel sad. But I do drive through and by here often, I think, just to kind of remind myself that it's here, that it exists. And to like try to imagine the potential and maybe to say hi to the river sometimes too. We did that the other day, didn't we? Yeah. So there's a boat ramp across the way with a sign that reads, Granite Shore Power is pleased to make this property available for your enjoyment. Although apparently not today. You really messed up my point.
Anyways, the sign continues, Merrimack Station provides reliable power generation, producing electricity to serve New Hampshire communities. Please use this property safely and responsibly. Safely, responsibly, reliable. When I first read this sign, I felt like crying. Is operating a coal-fired power plant on the banks of the Merrimack River safe?
No!
Is polluting our air, land, and water responsible?
No!
The only thing reliable this plant does is profit from destroying our planet.
Right. That's right.
Merrimack Station's a parasite that lives off capacity payments hidden in our electric bill without our consent. My electric bill. Nothing. Yes. Nothing about Granite Shore's power. Nothing about Granite Shore Power's business is safe or responsible. And they take no accountability.
Shame.
Granite Shore Power is a joint venture headquartered in Connecticut. What has Granite Shore Power done for the local community of Bow?
Yes.
For New Hampshire? What did the previous owner, Eversource, do? Sue our town. That's what they did. With paying the loss settlement, a select board member in town told me that it accounts for 1% of Bow's tax base. So we have a lot of misinformation going around town that this would be such an impact on our property tax, and that's just not true. Select board member says so. Granite Shore Power doesn't care about this town. They don't care about surrounding towns. They don't care about your property values. They don't care about your health, and they don't care about your children. They don't care about future generations. Granite Shore Power does not care about climate change or the future of this plot of earth. And they will try and keep this plant going as long as profits are there, as long as it's being funded by us. They will keep taking handouts to stay online and provide a measly 1% of the grid's electricity. And Granite Shore Power wants to scare us into thinking that pollution is the only way to keep the lights on. But this is just not true.
Wrong.
Wind is one feasible option. New Hampshire has the highest recorded wind speeds on the entire planet. That's like a true thing. Granite Shore Power wants to intimidate residents and invalidate our concerns. But here we are. People in New Hampshire are ready to take a stand. And I am here with my family today to advocate for this land before it becomes irrelevant to Granite Shore Power. Before it becomes a Bitcoin mine, a toxic waste dump, a Superfund site. As a resident of our town, I care more about this land than the bottom line concerns of some joint venture in Connecticut.
That's right.
I care about both children, mine and others. I care about future generations.
That's right.
So they might not care, but we do.
That's right.
And we demand this plant be shut down. Climate justice! Why do we want it?
Yay, Mary.
Can you hear me now? Amazing. So, in the No Coal, No Gas campaign, we talk a lot about the world we want to see and how we can create this world. Our three campaign goals in order of importance are to build unity and community, to demonstrate what is possible both to ourselves and to others, and to shut down this coal plant.
All three.
In talking about this world we want, we talk about our visions and our dreams for the future, our future.
That's right.
And I'm on the same
My name is Kai.
group with
I'm a
Mary.
freshman at the University of New Hampshire, and I've been working with No Coal, No Gas for the last year. I have a vision for the world that I want, and I have been fighting tooth and nail to build it. Being a part of the climate justice movement is one of the hardest things I've ever done, but to paraphrase my good friend and fellow organizer Emma Schoenberg, someday people won't have to fight so hard for the world they want, they'll just get to live in it. It is so far past time to stop burning fossil fuels.
Yes.
Yet, this year, this coal plant was allocated over $12 million to run through 2025 from ISO New England, the entity that designs and runs New England regional energy markets. This money comes directly from the utility bills of people like you and me. And in return, we get air pollution and water pollution and the destruction of our climate. In 1 hour of operating at full capacity, Merrimack Generating Station emits as much carbon into the atmosphere as the average person does in 26 years, and I am 19 years old.
Oh my God.
In 1 hour, this plant causes more pollution than I have in my entire life. 2 years ago, I stood on this ball field with hundreds of other supporters while a crew of incredible activists in Tyvek suits marched towards Merrimack Station with buckets and shovels singing. I wanted with every fiber of my being to join them. I watched again a few months later as my friends put their bodies in front of coal trains and stopped shipments of coal from arriving at the plant. I was told that I was too young, and if I was arrested with the activists I admired so much, it would come back to haunt me in the future. In fact, I'm often told not to do anything in my activism to jeopardize my future. The thing is, this is my future. What good is the earth science degree I am pursuing if there will literally be no habitable earth left? If we don't take immediate action to combat the climate crisis, what do I have to lose? Seriously, what do I have to lose? When we are burnt out, when we are tired, when we are discouraged, we have to learn to rest and not to quit. Look around. Look at all of these people here. We are in this together. We are united and we are a force to be reckoned with. I know that it might not feel like it in this very moment, but we are winning. We are all here today. We are making real, tangible progress. My future, our collective future, depends on the resilience of this movement. It depends on the resilience of everyone here. All of us are determining the quality of our future, and that is a lot to bear, but we will bear it together. We have to turn towards each other rather than turning away from each other. To the older generations here, please keep going. I know the most substantial impacts of this work may not come to fruition in your lifetime, but please do not leave your children and your community's children to fix centuries of destruction. I need you to fight with me. Whenever you feel like giving up, I want you to remember my fate. Fight for my future. Please don't leave your children to save ourselves. To the people my age, someday this is going to be over. Someday society will run on renewable energy. We will keep the fossil fuels in the ground. I can't tell you when our lives will stop being a horror novel, but I can tell you that we are the ones writing the story. Bit by bit, we are chipping away at a flawed system. We can do this. And yes, it is taking every ounce of my energy to believe the words that I am saying to you right now. But we all have to find the part of us that believes that we can do this. In July, we temporarily shut down the coal plant, and soon we will shut it down for good. What do I have to lose fighting for climate justice? Nothing. I have nothing to lose. My future and the future of the planet are on the line. If we are complicit in the climate crisis, my generation will have nothing left. I will fight with everything I have for a just transition to renewable energy in New England. the United States, and the world. And I hope you will all join me. Stay involved with No Coal, No Gas. Join an affinity group. Connect with the people here today. Every single person here today is here because you have a dream and you have a vision of the world as it could be. Those dreams, those visions are so tangible. We are almost there. We are all imagining a better world, and when we fight together, we have the power to build it. Thank you.
Please have a huge round of applause for all of our amazing speakers today. As has been said before, it is crucial that our elected officials take action to shut this plant down, to protect this community, and to protect the world from the climate crisis.
Yes.
What? Oh, the effects of the climate crisis are tremendous. Not only are they affecting people today, but if left unchecked, they will have further devastating effects for the world tomorrow. As a 17-year-old from Bow, this is an issue that is particularly significant for me. It's terrifying to think of the effects that the climate crisis can have on my generation's futures and the futures of the generations that follow. Elected officials need to listen to our demands and make decisions that prioritize us.
That's right.
If-
That's right.
If left unchecked, they can leave devastating effects for so many people. Devastating effects for low-income people and Black, Indigenous people of color who continue to disproportionately experience the impacts of climate injustice.
Yup.
Devastating effects for migrants whose numbers will increase if livable land is destroyed and there's nowhere else to go.
Right.
Devastating effects for my generation, who will have to take over a world lacking in clean air, fresh water, and resources. We can end this. We have to end this. Our elected officials need to listen to us when we say that we demand change. We demand for the Merrimack Power Station to shut down to protect the health and safety of the community that is near and dear to me. We demand a just transition to 100% renewable energy.
Yes.
We demand a future filled with clean air, clean water, and justice for all.
That's right.
Liberty and justice for all. This is a phrase that is supposed to emulate our priorities as Americans. But over and over, this has not been perpetuated through the actions of our elected officials, who refuse to take action on the climate crisis. Time and time again, they continue to take the side of corporations who are after money instead of the citizens they represent, who want to protect their lives. Well, we are those citizens. And believe it or not, corporations don't vote you into office. We do.
That's right.
So listen to us. Listen to us when we demand to be taken off of the back burner.
That's right.
Listen to us when we demand to be put front and center.
Yes.
To have our livelihoods, our health, our well-being, and our communities put always as your top priority.
Yes.
We are sick and tired of having to compromise our health and safety for corporations' economic well-being.
That's right.
Yes.
Tired. Woo.
Listen to us when we tell you to protect your people and to shut the Merrimack Power Station down.
Yes.
Do the right thing for the health, futures, and well-being of your people.
Yep.
Thank you. Passing to Emma, who's going to lead us into the songs.
Say it again.
I was going to pass.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hi. My name is Emma Schoenberg. I'm with the Climate Disobedience Center.
Emma.
Man, I think it was March 2019. We were sitting around and being like, wow, there's still a coal plant running in New England. Maybe we should do something about that.
Yes.
It has been an amazing experience to watch this campaign grow and to watch our community deepen in our relationship, not just to each other, to resistance movements, to the climate movement, but also to the land that this coal plant is on. Doing an action around the land has been a dream of ours for a long time, because we believe in No Coal, No Gas that direct action is a practice of healing. Ourselves, the land, our communities, and I experience that every time we gather, and it is so important to me, and I know it's important to so many others that have contributed, that have risked, that have put in hours on Zoom. Thank you for the hours on Zoom, literally. This weekend we've been singing a song that's new to our campaign. I'm going to try it into this megaphone. Join in if you can or if you remember it. You might recognize the words. Oh, here we go. They tried to bury us. They tried to bury us. They didn't know that we were seeds. They tried to bury us. They tried to bury us. They didn't know that we were seeds. Resistance is fertile. We don't get to make that fun. Nobody owns the water.
That's right.
Nobody owns the water, and it is a resource that is life on this planet. And so this is going to be a ritual, a ceremony, if that's the language you like, not everyone does, of celebrating the water and celebrating the land. And so if you're planning on going in a boat today, can you raise your hand?
Yay.
Boaters! Awesome. Thank you, community.
Yes, thank you.
In just a couple minutes, we will depart to head out onto the water. And I hope that we do that in song, and I hope that we do that in whatever version of prayer looks like for you. Whether that's touching into yourself, touching into the land, or feeling the community around you, that spirit, no matter what. And I invite us to transform inside of it, to change ourselves while we change the world.
Woo!
Okay. Awesome. So when we planned this event, we wanted everybody to be able to access the water. And there's a very convenient boat launch just across the street.
The town's only access to the river.
It is the town's only, Mary, I did not know that. It's the town's only access to the Merrimack River, to the town of Bow. However, yesterday we found out that we could not access that boat launch. And we even got a permit for it. It's like unusual.
Are we a public safety concern, Emma?
I think we might be a public safety
Does
concern.
this look like a public safety concern?
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Okay, you need me to go louder. All right, I'm right next to it. They will not allow us to access the water.
Shame.
They will not honor the permit that we went through the regulation channels to get, which was very polite of us. And they said no.
It does not work.
Take it back.
Yep. But as the other movement song goes, they tried to stop us, but we keep coming back.
That's right.
So we have found an alternative way to get into the water that does not rely on the town of Bow, apparently. So Bow people, you will be headed to the Allenstown boat launch, which is a short drive away.
Yep. So, like they said, Granite Shore Power is trying to stop us from enjoying the beautiful Merrimack River and bearing witness to the harm that they're causing. But are we going to let them do that? No! Are we going to let them do that? No! Instead, if you are participating in our boat rally, you're going to take out your phone right now so you can write down where we're going. And you're going to go to Ferry Street in Allenstown, New Hampshire. Now it's gonna try to get you to go to a wastewater treatment facility. You're not gonna go there. Instead, you're gonna keep going straight down this kind of dirt road, and we will meet you there to start our boating journey. Shut it down. We will come back to Granite Shore and show them that they do not control this river. If you have any questions about how that works, find me or find anybody who's wearing a fun Marshall vest. They would be delighted to help you get there.
All right.